Welcome back. This is 41 Fingers with a new video. It's been a while. I hope everybody's been doing okay out there. Today, just a quick video to show you the exciting new upgrade to ReMidi version 2, free update for all ReMidi 1 users. Here we have the old version and the new version. The old version, you had limited information. Now you have more information and easier to look at all the different possibilities and songs available. In the new version, you can see the songs available clearer. You can drag them onto a pad. We have a pad system here now. Works really well. Copy and paste. You can rename each pad. You should watch the ReMidi official videos for all the details. But just as a quick video today, I'm trying to get back in the flow of making videos, and my voice is not cooperating fully yet. So this quick video is just to show you the differences. Right now, these pads, and you can have up to 120 of them. In global mode, you click with your mouse and you can hear a pad, but there's nothing in here yet. And in edit mode, you can actually double click and load up any song in any folder to any one of these pads. And then you can audition it here. In the slices, you have all the details we had before. We can make the slice smaller, less detailed. We can slow down the tempo per pad. Now these can all be edited per pad, so you can have different tempos, slices on each pad. And you can say which key you want to actually press on your MIDI keyboard to activate the pads. So if I was right now, if I just audition this, if I go out of edit mode, that will play the first slice. If I go back into edit mode, it will put it on my keyboard, and I can go through all the different slices playing different keys on my keyboard. And just for reference, what you're hearing is my keyboard is input for ReMidi 2, and ReMidi 2's output is into a orchestra complete 2 featuring the strings full staccato. Just a good example sound set to listen to the demos here. All right, so back to just the differences here and what's new. It's kind of cool because before, as you know, in my past videos, I would have several ReMidis open, and sometimes I would have them, I would call them different things. One would be called bass, one would have fast tempo staccato notes, but now you can do that all on these pads, as you can rename the pads whatever you want. So you can load something and edit just for bass. So I could go to the slices and the filter and the bindings in global mode, or I can get more detailed and go into edit mode and change the size, shift, tempo, and transpose. And an important feature is we now know the key and the time signature of all these songs. And we also, if I make the size a little bigger so we can start to see some of the time scale come in here, you now see the bars and beats measurements in time. So we have a lot more information to deal with from each song. So if you wanted to create snippets pulled from multiple different songs and multiple different keys, and yet you like the original in key of F, you can drag them all into separate pads, and later in scalar you can convert them all into the key of F. So knowing the time signature, the key of the song, having some bars and beat information all helps you to tailor each pad the way you like it. And of course here with these little indicators here, each pad, and of course just as an example, I can go to this pad, make it active, turn on edit, and I can load up a different onto this one. And if I go back into global, if I hit my mouse, and if I want to go back and edit any one of these different songs or snippets of songs, I can go back in edit mode and change the size way down. So if I wanted, for example, just to have some bass, and sometimes you have to re-click on it to bring the graphic back down here, so I just clicked on it again and the graphic updated. If I wanted to just get some bass going here, I would filter out the top range of the notes, go back to slice, and maybe increase it. So now I have more low notes, which are going to kick in for the low parts of this Orchestra 2 setup here. And since I called it bass, these could be my bass snippets that I want to work with. And the tempo I've slowed down a little bit, which is great. And I'm going to transpose it 12 down. So now let's just listen to it. I'll go out of edit mode, and now I got my bass snippets to play with. And if I want to hear a bunch of different versions, if that's too low, I can just put it up or down. And if I want to make even faster, I can change the tempo for every one of these pads. I can add more information. I can have this version. That's way too fast. Let's go with the tempo down again and update the track information. And let's add some more information. So for each pad, you can tailor the exact type of thing you want happening. And then for this next one, if we go out of there and start to edit this one, we can have our higher notes. So we could filter out the low notes and just have these as higher notes. And go back to the slices and say we want it fast. So we'll keep the tempo up at full 1 tempo. And add more notes in there and start to get something like here. Let's get even some more speed going. And as a quick example, if we wanted to play them together, we could just switch off and go say I want my key to group these on C2. So now when I press down my actual physical keyboard at C2 and change this one to C2 if it's already there. So now these are grouped. And I'm not sure why this one is C2. Maybe it was called that before, but just for clarity. So, but anyway, I've got these both. You can change what keys these will trigger on your keyboard. So now they're grouped. So now I can hear both of them at the same time. And if I want to edit the bass, and maybe I want to bring that down. get out of edit mode, and now they'll both play again. And musically that's not sounding good right now, but I'm trying to show you that you can edit all the pads separately. You can name them separately. So I could change this, rename it to staccatos. And now I have names that help me to remember what I'm using the different pads for, the MIDI data for different things. So eventually you end up getting some really cool little musical ideas, and each one can be dragged into your DAW separately with this little indicator here. And I could overlap that. I can just take that and move that there, get rid of that, and play that from the beginning. So you have the bass and high notes separately, or you can play them on this version at the same time. You really are just given a lot more options to use your MIDI data in a faster workflow with more information and more ways to edit each sample. So instead of perhaps having 4 or 5 different ReMidis open, now you could, in theory, do it all on one with different pads, or you can still just as easily create a ReMidi custom loop going for each one of these tracks. And today I'm not doing anything musical with it, I'm just showing you some of the physical or different things you can actually do with these buttons. But later we can get into, since we have a faster, more capable workflow, how it will be easier to manipulate samples and getting some really great ideas and making it faster to extract them from all the hundreds of songs from the public domain and different ideas, just dragging them onto tracks. You simply just activate them, double click, and set that as one for there, activate it, double click a different one, now it's activated on there. You can play them together or separately by changing which keys are activated. You can drag down here the entire song using this indicator down here, or you can also do it from the global, which is when you unclick the edit button, you go back into global mode, and you can export from these separate tracks, slices, combined slices. Really, you have, and you can still use ReMidi 1, so that's still available. But ReMidi 2 is a faster workflow, more capable, free to all ReMidi 1 users, and really lets you work faster with less tracks and get extract ideas quicker. You can save the entire set as a name, save as, it just takes what was somewhat of a dated interface with very powerful potential, brings it into a more modern interface, which you can now extract more ideas quicker. And I highly recommend you watching all the videos from the ReMidi YouTube channel. And that's about all I have to say for now. I'm just trying to get back into the flow of making videos. My voice is slowly returning to normal. And I'd just like to thank everybody who's given me some nice comments over the last several months, and I'm looking forward to making some new videos for you. Have a great day.